Good morning and welcome back. My name is Dustin. I've mentioned a couple times in the past that I really love hand planes and I've been working on my collection. I have an antique store locally, about 30 minutes away, that I go to, and I was recently in there and found this Stanley Bailey number 8. This is a Type 11, so it's 100 years old. I did a restoration on this one, and it's great. I love it. Well, I was in there and found that one. There was also an old Stanley Bailey number 4 nearby, just in terrible shape. This one was actually in much worse shape. It does have a broken rear tote here, and we're going to restore this thing. The first thing I'm going to do is remove the front and rear tote. I'm probably going to remove everything, actually, and just scrub everything down with water. This has got a lot of spider webs and cobwebs stuck all over it, and then we're going to start removing the rust and hopefully just end up with a beautiful user. So I've got everything broke down. I'm going to use some Rust-Oleum Rust Resolver, and I'm going to scrub everything with a little brush, let it sit for 5 or 10 minutes, and then rinse it with soap and water. So my rear tote is glued together. For clamping pressure, I just use CA glue, so it's got some CA glue and some Titebond too. This is going to be really strong. The lever cap cleaned up real nice. I'm just going to use some triple lock steel wool and clean it up. Then we'll probably start on the frog. Next, we're going to do the frog. What's important here is what I do to one side, I flip around and do to the other side. So with the frog, I'm going to get a light coat of oil on everything, especially all the threads where I've cleaned this thing with soap and water. Then I'll wipe it down and move on to the next piece. Same thing with the chip breaker. I'm going to clean it up just a little bit. You really want to make sure this is the chip breaker is level and sits flush against the blade. This one actually looks really good. If it's not, it is fixable. It just takes a little bit more time. I think this one's going to be good. So the cap iron and the chip breaker, they are both done. There's still just a teeny little bit of pitting on the chip breaker, but it's fine. This thing's going to perform really well. We're going to move on to the blade. It is time to start the assembly process. I still got a little bit of work to do here, but I need it put together before I do any of that. Again, I'm just putting a little bit of oil on all the contact points. I just remembered that I haven't done anything with the front and rear tote yet other than fix the crack. I've got most of the finish off the totes. We're going to do some boiled linseed oil on both of them. So I have got this put together. It already looks 10 times better than it did. We're going to flatten the bottom and the sides and give it a test cut, and this will be done. So I'm going to call that hand plane done. It looks way better than it did when I got it. It is cutting really good. It needs a little bit of tweaking, just a little bit more fine setup to be cutting great. I'll probably do that tomorrow, but I've got to go, so we'll see you soon.